as I'm sitting here debating on whether or not to like press play, I think the I guess the scariest part of making a commitment to posting every day this year and knowing that I'm not gonna have time to edit any of this, and I just have to. My commitment is to not try to make everything perfect, be comfortable with something being a little, imperfect, a little raw. That's nerve. I just want to let you know that's vulnerable and nerve wracking for me. But in front of me here, I have journals. This is my work journal. This is my one of my like personal journals, and then this is like my journal where I write like my creative thoughts, the various parts of myself. And thematically this year, one of the things that I'm, I guess, trying to focus on is connection. And as I was sitting here debating on when to press play, I was thinking that if I use, when I step on the mic, and if I lead with connection and intentionality around just how can I connect with someone else's perspective, if that's the guiding principle, everything should fall the way it should. Two things today. I was supposed to talk today about just one of the reasons why I'm doing Synergy 365 is selfishly about like my health. And I went to the doctor and my blood pressure was high, and it's probably because I haven't. The fourth quarter was very busy for us with strategic planning and a lot of other engagements, and I just got off track. And I was just eating everywhere and things of that nature, and my blood pressure is out of whack right now. And so I need to, so a big piece of this start this year is just really trying to make this a part of my commitment to getting up early, being more intentional about like what I'm eating, what I'm not eating, and exercising. But I came in my office this morning and I was looking, and this is part two of, I guess, today is I'm looking on LinkedIn, and there's a post from Miss Becky Reed, and it was regarding, see here, it was a piece written by a gentleman by the name of, if I can get his, I'll pull his name up in 1 second, but the piece is called Hey America's Credit Unions. America's credit unions need you to start here. Okay. And the piece is by Frank Dykman, and he's one of the editors in chiefs at CU Today. And Becky comments and says that credit unions have an image problem. We spent decades touting ourselves as like a bank, only better, by focusing on products rather than focusing on the power the people have by being owners. And I guess one of the things that hit me with this was that I don't necessarily, I agree that credit unions have a image problem to an extent. I think that credit unions look in the mirror and don't like the cooperative. Some credit unions, let me say that. Some credit unions look in the mirror and do not like the cooperative principles staring back at them. And I think that's the crux of it. When I do strategic planning, I'm trying to figure out the best way to find a balance of two perspectives that are often in the room. In these planning rooms, you often have professionals and board members that are very balance sheet and income focused, very community bank like. I have a community bank firm as well. And at a lot of my planning sessions, we talk about the exact same things that I talk about with my community bank clients: how we can make more money, how we can expand our products and services, how we can reduce risk. And then I have some credit unions where we start with mission, vision, and brand, and that guides the planning session. And I've found in my practice that credit unions that lean into their missions, and I'm saying empirically, not just credit unions that lean into their missions, overwhelmingly perform better than credit unions that only focus on income and risk management. And I think I think having managers that only focus on income is a byproduct of the fact that we have a lot of bankers or ex-bankers in the credit union movement. And that's not a pejorative statement, because in the late 80s, early 90s, credit unions needed the technical skills that bankers brought to interest rate risk management. Here we are, fast forward, however, a lot of credit unions have lost their way in terms of who they should serve and how they go about serving those particular members. And I guess when I couldn't help myself, I had to comment on this particular post. And I guess initially one of the things that I said was, I said I agree that credit unions have an image problem, but for different reasons. And I said, put plainly, what this is really about and what this will be about for the next 20 years is who's going to control the future of credit unions, and more pointedly, who's going to control the capital. That's what the underlying tension is around everything. In the credit union movement, both the leagues and the national associations are ran by credit union management teams, not the actual. You don't have a lot of directors on state league boards anymore. You don't have many directors on national league boards anymore. So when, for example, like a measure around succession planning, I don't know why we can't all agree that succession planning, or the requiring succession planning for all credit unions, is a good thing for the credit union movement. I don't know why that's even like a thing that we're even discussing. However, if you read the majority of the league comments in response to this particular measure, it's against succession planning. And the root cause of that is, in my opinion, that managers are driving the intentionality behind the leagues, and candidly, management teams are driving the intentionality around the movement itself. And that comes out in good ways and it comes out in bad ways. I think that the way we solve this is in connection. We need qualified managers. You need strong risk managers. You need good CEOs. You need people that understand that you can't make a loan to everyone else just because this is the cooperative movement. You can't make a loan to everyone because it's the cooperative movement. However, we also have to realize that if you want to save this movement, it has to have some identity worth saving. So this is day 2 of Synergy 365. Not all these will be this long, but I guess it just had something on my mind this morning. Have a great day today.